Buhari on a Jamboree visit to Uzodinma counts Ndigbo out, Ohanaeze. Following the visit of President Buhari, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Council Worldwide OYC on Thursday berated Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State for linking Ndigbo to President Muhammadu Buhari's visit to the state today. Uzodinma had disclosed that Buhari would, apart from commissioning projects he completed in the state, meet with Igbo leaders and discuss issues affecting the zone. But in a reaction, the President General of OYC, Mazi Oko Nabrike, said Uzodinma's claims were big slight on Ndigbo. He said it was demeaning of anyone to have thought that a private visit to Uzodinma's Imo government could be mistaken for a visit to Igbo land by Buhari. The enraged youth group said, "We had wanted to hold our peace over the noise about President Buhari's visit to Imo State, but under the prevailing circumstances, we are compelled to set the record straight. We want to start making it clear that President Muhammadu Buhari is not visiting Igbo land today. Is rather coming to visit or see Governor Hope Uzodinma on a private visit that has nothing to do with the good people of the Southeast." Having said that, it is also imperative to state that Ndigbo are not scheduled to meet with Buhari in Imo State to discuss any issue whatsoever. The reason is simple. At no point did Igbo leaders meet where a decision was taken for such a visit, let alone agreeing on issues to present to Buhari. Secondly, Uzodinma, who is number one enemy of Ndigbo, a man that has bluntly refused to protect our people but is holding tenaciously to open grazing of cattle, is not and will never be a rallying point for Ndigbo. Having said this, he is on his own and is not in any way representing the interests of Ndigbo, but is merely receiving Buhari as his private guest, which he is entitled to. Any Igbo leader going there is not representing the interest of Ndigbo, and we will regard such a person as an enemy of the people. What we will not tolerate is the habit of dragging Ndigbo into such a jamboree. Ndigbo are not ass lickers. We are one of the three major tripods under which this country is standing, and for that reason, we are not going to cap in hand begging anyone for what is due, including the 2023 presidency, which is not negotiable. The youth group equally said it was not happy that the members of the indigenous people of Biafra were popularizing Buhari's visit by proclaiming sit at home in the entire Igbo land. What is the essence of even contemplating a sit at home in the entire Igbo land because Buhari is visiting Uzodinma in Imo State? They have helped Governor Uzodinma in giving the visit such a coloration that it is for the entire Igbo land. If at all they must declare sit at home, it should have been in Imo State because Buhari is not visiting Igbo land. They should not make this kind of costly mistake next time. It has given this visit undue popularity, Oku said. Obviously, there are a lot of bits to pick out, but I think one thing to pick here is that he said, it says, Ndigbo are not ass lickers. Okay, fine, not sycophants, but you have people like Ndigbo ruining your thing, but then they've already disowned him, so that's fine. We are one of the three major tripods under which this country is standing, and for that reason, we are not going to go cap in hand begging anyone for what is our due, including the 2023 presidency, which is not negotiable. Which I'm now like, if you really think you're gonna get into, because that's questionable, because it's obviously it seems like an entitlement at this point. Entitlement, I'd say, out of frustration because of feeling of marginalization and stuff, which is understandable. But then if you have a foundation of the civil war, I do not think it's, I mean, that's just from where Nigeria stands as a state, it just seems like it's irretrievable, it's irreconcilable. So that is like really a dead end. But then think that it's due for, listen, like if Igbos are gonna be president, if that's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen genuinely, as in it's organic. I mean, we already have corruption and all that. So if we still have these people existing, if we have INEC, we have other bodies, and you really think that it would be, because really and truly, if Igbo presence was to happen, the likes of Hope Uzodinma would be the ones to be president. But then you already know who their allies are with. It is Buhari and his cohort, and them lot there. So it's like, I don't know, this thing of you're gonna have to bend, because they are the ones. Well, the power lies in the north. If it does lie in the north, so you're gonna have to bend to their tune for that to happen. And that is it. That is literally it. And to be honest, with power lying in the north, with the rocky foundation of the Biafran genocide, really, there is absolutely no way. It's not going to happen. It's not a thing of, okay, fine. I mean, what I mean is not going to happen is that there's no way they'd allow for an Igbo person to be president. It's just not going to work. Like, it's like they cannot risk that, because obviously Biafrans, or part of Igbos, they want Biafra to happen. And obviously an Igbo person being president, of course they can manipulate with their way to make it tight. But that could potentially happen if an Igbo person is president. And just like, there is no way you cannot say the Nigerian state is not scared and guilty for what they did in the Biafran genocide, because they know that if such should happen, listen, because it's not like as if Igbos have fully forgiven, or the Nigerian state has even come to a place where they're taking accountability and responsibility for the damage they've caused. But that's a whole different conversation, and that's what can pick from that. So if you say it's not negotiable, you're acting like as if it's like a demand that you are going to be president. It's not. Just have to humble ourselves. 2023 is not far away. And I said they were not happy with how Ipob popularized Buhari's visit, in which I understand that marketing it as saying Buhari visits Igbo land, it's like, it's very much propaganda to basically push the image, because Buhari has done himself dirty and played himself by obviously the way he addressed Igbos by teaching them a language to understand, and just saying very much disrespectful things and undermining and trivializing what the present generation of Igbos are talking about when it comes to the Biafran war, the audacity and the temerity of that man. So yeah, it's I guess that's the thing. But then it's like popularizing, I mean, yes, making it seem like as if he's visiting Igbo land absolutely is like, okay, fine, that he's not, let's not pretend like as if he's out here trying to please Igbos and do the best for Igbos, and all the infrastructure that he wants to commission and all that. Like, please, it's not the first time. It's not the first time a president is gonna commission stuff. It's just is what it is. So I guess in that way they says that this is should just be in Imo State because it's going to Imo State, which is fine. But then again, it's like, it says they should not make this kind of very costly mistake next time. It has given this visit undue popularity. It has, because his sit at home is very dramatic if it's in the whole of Igbo land. So it has given it popularity, but I think it's just a way to show that even if there was no sit at home order, I think the main thing would be that Igbos do not go to the airport or something and then start, you know how like when, let's say, Buhari goes to Katsina State and then everyone is literally like, start following the convoy of cars and the whole parade. Yeah, if that same thing should happen, but I guess that's what they're trying to avoid. I don't think it would be intentional that a lot of Igbos will go in, like how they say, like a sea of people and are literally following and Buhari it's not gonna work. If that should happen, then that literally defeats the whole point of Biafra, defeats the whole point of just everything. But it is what it is. Put what you think about this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.